All right, Ed, first day in pads. Just, how was it for you out there?
You know, first day, you know, a lot of animosity, a lot of frustration, and you pair that up with the heat, you know. Tempers flared a little bit, but I think it was a good day.
Does the run defense
up from when you're not in pads? You kind of.
I think so. It's just like the tempo kind of been, you know, it's a little shaky, no pads on, you know, and you know, over the days people been tempo violating, and now you put the pads on and the tempo is wide open. It's like, okay, now let's go. And yeah, I think it come from prior days where the tempo was a little shaky.
Run defense looked pretty good on the 9 and 7. Did you think you guys did all right?
Yeah, I think it was solid for the first day. I think it's definitely a big margin where we can get better, but you know, 9 on 7 is 9 on 7 is pretty much so like this. Always in the first day of pads, you know, 9 on 7. Some really good things, some things not so good, but always room to grow.
Saw you talk with Gable, working with him, and other guys on the line. A lot of new faces.
Right.
Do you look at yourself now like you need to thrust yourself into more of a leadership role?
I was telling the young guys that today. I was like, everywhere you go, even though I only been here, but I can even say here, like in past years, everywhere you go, people won't give you the game. Like, I'm willing to give DC the game. I'm willing to give the young Gable the game. I'm willing to share what I done learned over the years with them to help them speed up the process, because we all know later on in the season we're going to need those guys to step up and play big time plays. And the faster they get it, the easier it makes it for me to, you know, come out the game and have confidence in them guys to take care of their business. So as much as I can give them from what they can take in right now, I try to give them, whether that's in the run game, pass game, or whatever, just even far as like mindset of how to rush, you know, things like that. I feel like it's my duty to give them the game early.
In terms of DeJuan Spoon, new to the team, what's he kind of like? We've seen him make some plays. Like, what stood out to you about him?
A playmaker, you know, simple as that. I'm surprised we was able to get him, you know, a player of that caliber who can go out there and make plays. I'm talking about from day one, from the first time I ever seen him practice. Like, he's just a playmaker. And, you know, guys like that don't normally just float around, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that we was able to get him is big.
And is there a player in particular who you think was most excited to put pads on today?
I don't know. You know, it's always, I call them front runners. They act like they're excited, but they really not excited. I think they be trying to psych themselves out, you know. A lot of offensive guys. I don't think, well, you know, everybody pretty much excited. Everybody had the little nerves, I'm pretty sure. You're excited, you're nervous, you just want to get the first day of pads over with. You know, get the hand of barn, you know, and just feel what it feels like to actually be back playing football for real.
Rousseau had a sack out there. What are you seeing from Rousseau today?
Just the growth. Just the growth. What's this going on year 4? Just the growth every year. Like, everybody I've been playing with, him, even AJ, just the guys I done came up with, just seeing them grow every year, seeing them leave one way and come back a different way, you know, knowing that they putting in work in the off season, and probably vice versa, you know, and just seeing where they're at so early versus how much time it took for them to get to where they're at right now. So it's been good.
Sorry, is there anything about Greg's approach that stood out to you in terms of just the way he's growing?
You know, just is in like anything. I think Greg came out in 3, came into the league 20 years old, 21. You know, what do we really expect from a 21-year-old? You know, just getting more mature and learning how to be a pro. The same thing with me, learning how to be a pro, and he's picked up, I think, a little bit faster than me, so that's good.
And you talked about helping the other guys in the defensive line. Do you feel like you've taken on a different role in the defense as a whole with, like, some of the veterans from last year aren't here anymore? Do you feel like, are you more vocal? Are you changing anything about your approach?
I wouldn't say I'm more vocal. I just have to be more cognizant, because I'm a guy who smiles a lot, who jokes around a lot. I just have to be more cognizant, and you know, it's not a bad thing to be a fun, smiley guy that lets the younger guys know, like, you don't have to be so serious all the time. But I also know that I can't mess up either. If I'm being that way, I know I have to be on top of my game. So I just try to lighten the mood up, help the young guys kind of relax. And I know it's nerves, and I've been there before. I've been the first-round pick when everybody got eyes on you, and how it can feel, how sometimes you can feel kind of lonely. And help them guys to understand, like, man, the coaches really want the best for you, and just go out there and play. You know, don't let the moment overwhelm you.
And I know this happened a few months ago.
ago, but why were you so happy to see DQ come back here in free agency? It wasn't, nobody really knew if the Bills were going to be able to keep him, but he's here and that builds some consistency there on the defensive line.
DQ speaks for itself. One of the best D tackles in the game last year. Got hurt, came back and was still at the top. So having a guy like that, having a guy you could play with, and y'all know y'all been rocking for a couple years now. Obviously, I want to see him back. It just creatures a habit, and I'm just used to playing with him. So, I was happy to see him come back.
What's next for you two as you continue to push each other to be the best versions of yourselves?
For one, I just think the main thing is staying healthy, staying on the field, building that chemistry, and just I feel as if we can just stay healthy and stay, 1-2 jab with the guys under us, and just put it all together, we'll be all right.
And how much do you notice from DeMar being more like DeMar pre what happened in Cincinnati this year?
What you said now?
How much do you notice, maybe personality-wise, DeMar Hamlin feeling more like himself or acting like himself, maybe more like what you saw early on before the injury?
Who said he wasn't acting like himself?
Well, I'm asking you, does he appear to be more comfortable in himself?
I never noticed a difference. I ain't gonna lie to you, so I don't know.
What are some of the things that Coach West preaches? You have a new defensive line coach. I know he's been around as an assistant, but now that he's your D-line coach, what are some of the things that he's asking of you guys?
I just say the environment he's created to where we can kind of speak our mind a little bit, That's probably the biggest thing I can say. Like, just the environment is more culture player friendly. I don't know if that's even the right words to say, but it's just, I guess.
Can you describe his energy out there on the practice field? I mean, it seems like you guys are running, across the field to start a different period, and he's dapping all you guys up, smacking you guys.
Like I said, he brings a lot of energy, just like the coach-player relationship is, definitely, well, with me and some of the older guys that have been there, is way more like bouncing ideas off each other. It's more like I feel like we have more input a little bit. And, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain. It's kind of hard to put it into words between him and Coach E, but I like his style. I like Coach E's style. I love Coach E's style, and I love his style, too.
And I know it's not bare feet, but you got soccer feet. Is this a Matt Collins effect, or is this something you've always done?
Nah, it's definitely, he definitely rubbed off on a lot of people. I mean, and then I guess the science to go behind it, I guess. So I don't know. Everybody else doing it, I kind of feel like, hey, it don't hurt when I don't wear shoes, so I just do it. You gotta time to wrap it up. Well,
quick question. On the rules and new guidelines with the union and the NFL Play Association, do you think this is a lot more help you to last longer with not putting pads on and obviously no two-a-days and all of that?
I think Rasul Douglas is standing right here looking at me, telling me it's time to go. But nah, for real though, I mean, guidelines and rules and whatever is whatever. What I'm gonna do about it.
But does it help you so far from last season?
I don't really, whether it help or hurt, like, it's the rules are the rules. What you gonna do about it? I guess you vote on it or whatever, but I mean, the rules are the rules. So just conform. The rules been changing for forever, so it just is what it is. It's the day and age we live in, so play the game.